You clicked on the best jump shot video, so that means the jumper you have right now must not be good, and you're probably struggling to shoot consistent from the three. But it's all good because I got you. No matter if you're 5'7" to 6'4", 6'5" to 6'9", or even 6'10 plus, I will have a jumper for you in this video that will definitely raise your three-point percentage. And at the end of the video, I'll also give you some shooting tips that the top players don't want you to know. All right, first we're gonna start off with my builds that are 5'7" to 6'4", and I got 2 jump shots for you. The first one's gonna be the one that I've been maining the majority of the year, which is gonna be base Steph Curry, release 1 Oscar Robertson at 80%, and release 2 Darius Garland at 20%. With the fastest release speed. So you can see in the bottom right for this jump shot, you need a mid-range of a 90 plus or a 3-point of a 90 plus, and you got to be under 6'5". So any build 5'7" to 6'4". The jump shot right here is very reliable, it's very consistent, has an A plus release speed, release height of an A minus, and defensive immunity of an A minus as well. And then time and stability is a B plus, and time and stability really doesn't matter that much in this game because at the end of the day, it comes down to you and how well you're able to time your jump shot. But compared to the other jump shot, I think that this is easier to learn and become more consistent with it early on. I feel like anybody can throw it on and then go out and shoot very consistently. If you apply all the things that I'm gonna show you later on in this video, you should have no problem with putting this jump shot on and then shooting at least 60% from the field. All right, now moving on to the second jump shot that I got you. And there's a few interesting things you wanna know about this jump shot, so pay attention. So as the base, you can see I'm using Patrick Mills, AKA Patty Mills. So that means that we finally hit starter 3 and it's about time. That took so long to hit, bro. I feel like that starter 2 bar was super slow, but we finally hit starter 3. We unlocked all these hidden animations and Patty Mills base was one of those animations. So that's what we're going with for the base. And then release 1's gonna be 80% Oscar and then 20% Darius Garland, just like the jump shot before. I really like that release combo on my smaller guards, so I keep it consistent no matter if I'm switching bases or not. As you can see, this build has an A plus release height, release speed of an A plus, maxed out is crazy, defensive immunity of an A minus, but then you look at the time and stability and it's at a C minus. So the majority of this year, I feel like time and stability did not really matter that much, but after using this jump shot compared to using the jump shot that I just showed you, I do believe time and stability matters. I think you wanna aim for about a B for time and stability for the majority of people. With that being said, if you were good enough to figure out the timing on this base, that C minus time and stability really won't matter, and you'll be able to hit a lot more shots that may be considered contested with any other jump shot. So this is a jump shot you want to lab up. You want to play with this jump shot a good amount of games so you can get that timing down of when to release it, what the shot cue is, and different things like that. Because the time and stability will affect you. And you have to be under 6'5", and you can see in the bottom right with the mid-range of an 87 or a 3-point of 87. The majority of smaller guards should have that, so nobody should have a problem getting this jump shot unless you're not started 3 yet, which might be a big problem for a lot of people. But I want to throw the jump shot in this video because it's buzzing all around the community. Everybody's using it. It's a good jump shot, but it's hard to time consistently, so you want to make sure you're labbing up with it. Okay, we are currently on my 6'10" 3-level threat, and I got 2 jump shots for you for my 6'10" plus builds. This first one is my main jump shot I use in this build, and the base is going to be Dwight Powell. Release 1 is going to be Tim Duncan at 51%, and then release 2 is going to be Jackson Hayes at 49% with the fastest speed. So as you can see in the bottom right, we get a release height of a B, a release speed of an A minus, which is pretty good for a 6'10" build, defensive immunity of a C, and then time and stability of a C minus. And then of course you got to be at least 6'10", and have a mid-range of a 77 or a 3-point of a 77. Like I said, this is my main jump shot I'm using on my 6'10". I play different than a lot of centers do on this build, but I'm able to shoot with it off the dribble whenever I'm isoing on the ones or whatever it may be. And if I'm able to do that, you shouldn't have any problems with spotting up or picking and popping and shooting threes for my big build. On to jump shot number 2, I'm using base Jonathan Isaac with release 1 being Tim Duncan at 76%, and then release 2 is going to be Bobby Portis Jr. at 24%. So we switched up those releases a little bit depending on the bases with these taller builds, and I just feel like the certain releases went better with the specific bases. But as you can see, I have Tim Duncan in both jump shots. Tim Duncan's a very good release for taller builds, so if you want to mess around with it, try to have Tim Duncan in there at least. It's a very good jump shot, release speed of an A plus, release height A plus, release speed A minus, defensive immunity B plus, and time and stability is a little bit low, so it's a little bit harder to time. But if you're not playing like me and shooting off dribble, you don't got to really worry about it. You're gonna be spotting up in the corner and you should be able to time that consistently. And you have to have an 82 mid-range or 82 3-pointer for this jump shot and at least be 6'10". Real quick, if you're enjoying the video and you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps us more than you think. But let's get into the rest of these jump shots. Now we're on my 6'6" shot creating 3-level threat, and I also have 2 jump shots for you, and these 2 jump shots are very, very good. You can't go wrong with either one of them. So for the first one, we're going with Ben Shepherd base. I've been using this jump shot the majority of the year until I got put onto the one I'm gonna show you after this. This jump shot has never failed me. It's super consistent. I shot in the high 60s, even 70% from 3-point line with hundreds of games played. So it's not just a few games where I'm shooting that high. Hundreds of games played, and I'm shooting in the high 60s and low 70s with this jump shot. The base we're gonna go with is Ben Shepherd base, and then for release 1, we're gonna go Oscar Robertson 93%, and release 2 Sadiq Bey at 7% with the fastest speed. As you can see down low, release height to A, release speeds at A plus, defensive immunities at A minus, and then time and stability is a C minus. And you have to be at least 6'5" and be under 6'10" to get this jump shot with either an 86 mid-range or an 86 3-pointer. And like I said earlier, very, very consistent jump shot, very reliable jump shot. You can't go wrong with it. Okay, now for jump shot number 2, and this right here might be the best jump shot in the game. For builds that are 6'5 to 6'9, they can unlock this jump shot. You're gonna need an 88 mid-range or an 88 three-pointer and then be within that height range. But the base is gonna be Tracy McGrady. It's been buzzing the majority of the year. I just been sleep on it. I threw it on, decided to use it, and it is a top jump shot in this game. I promise you. Very consistent jump shot, very easy to time, very reliable, and you can get some crazy contested shot. For our releases, it's gonna be the same as the last jump shot. We're gonna be Oscar Robertson 93% for release 1, and then Sadiq Bey 7% for release 2, and then you're gonna go fastest speed. You take a look at the shot attribute. Release height is an A+. I think this is what allows you to hit so many contested shots with this jump shot is that release height, and then release speed's an A, defensive immunity is an A-, also helps with contested shot, and then time and stability is a B. So it's a very good all-around jump shot. I think this is the best jump shot in the game. And I know a lot of people have builds that are 6'6 to 6'8, so I see the jump shot being used a lot by a lot of different people. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I also got some tips for you that are gonna take you to the next level as a shooter in this game that you wanna apply to your build. You may be playing against people and wondering how they can shoot so consistently and how they're doing certain things. Is because they're taking advantage of every little thing in this game, so you need to take advantage of it too. The first thing you wanna do when it comes to shooting is make sure you have on jump shot boost. This right here gives you a huge boost, and it's a noticeable difference whenever you don't have it on. I'll be playing the game and I'll run out of boost, and I can tell you that I'm out of boost just because of the shots that I'm not able to hit on my build. So make sure you throw on jump shot boost. You're gonna need it to be consistent. While we're on the boost screen, you also wanna go ahead and buy this Gatorade boost right here in the middle. If you got extra VC, you don't have to. If you do your workouts and you get the first Gatorade bar, that first little blue bar that's under your player, you'll be all right with just that one. But if you add another one, especially for my guards, if you're a spot up, you don't really need it. But for my guards that are dribbling around and losing a lot of stamina, you wanna buy that extra Gatorade. You don't have to buy all three. All you gotta do is buy this one in the middle, and it'll give you 2 stamina bars. It can get expensive, so you don't wanna be spending your VC on crazy stuff. But having a lower stamina lowers your chances of making a shot. It changes your shot speed, so you wanna make sure you do this if you can. Okay, next thing I wanna talk about are your hot zones and your lethal zones. So if you wanna see what your hot zones are, just pull up this menu right here and go over to hot zones, and you'll be able to see what you have. And the way you can add hot zones is go up here to the sunset court and just play games and shoot wherever you need hot zones. The difficulty is like on rookie, so it shouldn't be too hard to shoot, and it'll go by a lot faster than my career will. So go up here to get your hot zones, and now I'm gonna show you how to get your lethal zones. So to get your lethal zones, you wanna come over here to the Art of Shooting facility, and where this is located is right here on the City East subway. You wanna come out, and as you can see right here, it says Art of Shooting Gym, and you wanna walk into this gym. Once you get in here, you're gonna walk over to him, you're gonna press X or A, and you're gonna skip that cutscene, and as you can see, you can choose where you wanna shoot. So all the gray areas or neutral zones, if I click on them, I will shoot there, and it will give me a hot zone. If you have cold zones, you can also choose a cold zone, and once you get done shooting there, it'll turn to a neutral zone. But we wanna focus on our hot zones, and that's why I showed you how to get your hot zones first, because you wanna go ahead and get your hot zones wherever you want them, and then after that, you come and get your lethal zones. So the lethal zones are gonna give you a huge boost when you're shooting those areas, and that's why they're very important. You don't wanna come here and waste your Art of Shooting Gym on getting a hot zone whenever you can go get them easily on the sunset court. But you're gonna select 2 areas you want. I wanna go right here on this left wing and also on this right wing, and then I'm gonna start, and all you're gonna do is just shoot shots in that spot. You gotta make at least 8 out of 10, and then you'll get a lethal zone in that area. I just finished shooting. As you can see at the top, it's gonna pop up 2 purple zones where those 2 hot zones are that I shot on the wings. There you go, they turn purple. Now those are lethal zones, and I'm getting a crazy boost whenever I shoot shots in that area. And this right here resets every week, so every Monday you wanna come in here and make sure you get your lethal zones, because you will lose them every Sunday night. You gotta come back Monday and redo it. Okay, as you can see, we're in our controller settings, and I wanna go over a couple different things that are super important in my opinion when it comes to shooting. My shot time and visual cue, and my jump shot meter. So my shot time and visual cue is on release. A lot of people use different ones like push or set point or jump, whatever it may be, but I think the release is the most forgiving when it comes to shooting and timing your jump shot. It is a little bit slower when it comes to releasing it, but it doesn't make your jump shot slower. It just makes the time that you release the button a little bit slower. And I think the majority of people will benefit from having it on release, because you're able to get used to your jump shot and not have to worry about holding your button too long, whatever it may be. But if you're light-handed, you can go with anything like push or set point. I just recommend going with release. I think it's the most consistent. And if for your jump shot meter, you want to have this off. I don't really see a lot of people have their jump shot meter on nowadays, unless they had to turn it off to where everybody can't see it. But people do ask me, how did I get so consistent with my jump shot meter off, or what does it do whenever you turn your jump shot meter off? But it does give you a significant boost to your green window whenever you're shooting with no meter. And I think it takes out some latency and delay that comes with having a meter on your screen and having to watch it fill up and not be consistent. So make sure you turn your jump shot meter off, go lab up with it, and you'll get it down perfectly fine. Those are the best jump shots in this game, along with some of the best tips. So click on this video right here, and I'll give you the best 6 for all builds in season 5.